Welcome to episode 54 of Tools in the Hall. This isn't the longest tool haul I've ever done, but it's just as effective, I think, in the stuff that I'm going to show you. If this is the first tool haul video you have seen, welcome. You'll see a good cross-section of all the brands of stuff that I carry. I can't show you everything out of the box because this is merchandise I will be selling either out of inventory or it's been special ordered for customers who I'm delivering it to. But I have some things that if you have seen lots of tool haul videos, welcome back. And I have a few interesting things that I'll show you that I'll be doing some breakout videos on later on. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do. You're watching it because you find something valuable out of the content. And it costs you nothing to subscribe, but it does help increase my ad revenue. So I can make a little more money off the videos that I produce, and it helps pay for other things that I use these videos to generate revenue for, like buying inventory and producing more videos and upgrading video equipment, stuff like that. So I really do appreciate the help. If you wouldn't mind clicking subscribe, please do. Thank you very much. Now on with the tools. First, I'm going to show you this ancient Chicago Pneumatic 3/4 air impact. This guy is a beast. It weighs about 14,000 pounds and has been around a long time. I don't think this is a current model for them anymore. And this belongs to a friend and customer named Joe Guerrero, who wanted me to give it a once over. He said it still works. The story behind this is he bought it, I think he said at a pawn shop 25 years ago. He still uses it today. It's one of his go-tos. And he never really had it serviced, and he would like it overhauled and pulled apart and cleaned up and re-lubricated. And I jumped at the chance because I've never really dug into one of these before. And he said, hey, take it, make a video out of it. I'm like, this sounds awesome. So I'll do that, and it gives me some content, gives him a completely gone over and tuned up tool. So I hope I don't have to buy parts for it. I'll see if they're available, if they're not. But it's really cool to get a piece of history in and get a chance to dig into it and look at it. So watch for an air tool repair video on Joe Guerrero's Chicago Pneumatic air 3/4 air gun. Yeah, and don't confuse the brand with Central Pneumatic, which is Harbor Freight's brand. This is a company that has been around since the late 1800s. Chicago Pneumatic still to this day makes top quality air tools. They've been around for well over 100 years. And the name is close enough to Central Pneumatic that some people don't see the difference there. Just know that this is not the Harbor Freight brand. It's their own brand. They've been around a very long time, have withstood the trials of all the different, eras that we've been through as a nation, and they're still kicking. They don't sell the volume that other brands sell, but their stuff is excellent quality. So if you need air tools, consider looking at a Chicago Pneumatic. Their stuff is it's top notch, and I would recommend it to anybody. Next, we have what used to be a Cornwell 1/2-inch impact, but right now it's a bag of mostly parts. The customer who had this said that the button in the back that you push to select forward or reverse, he said it shot out and fell apart. And he took the thing apart himself and tried to figure out what was going on with it, and asked me to take a look at it for him, which I'm happy to do. If that's all that's wrong with it, if there's just like a button that's maybe worn down or something that's easy to replace, but it gives me a chance to take it apart, clean it up, look at everything, give him a full evaluation on it, and let him know what it would cost to fix. That's a current model from Cornwell. That one, I believe, is made by Aircat, so all the parts are regularly available for them, and they're very easy to look at and go through and figure out, if there is a problem, exactly what that problem is. Simple mechanisms, and they're fun to work on because they're so easy. And it's great when you can look at something, pinpoint a problem, fix it right away, and make it better than when the customer last had it. So I'm stoked to look at that one. I'll be doing a video on that one too. Noco has excellent jump starters. This is a jump start box that is rated for 2,000 amps. It'll go, start up to an 8-liter gas engine or a 6-liter diesel engine. Noco has an advantage in jump boxes over brands like Jump and Carry made by Clore. Clore also makes the jump boxes for companies like Matco and Mac. I don't know who makes them for Snap-on or Cornwell. It could be the same ones. The advantage to the Noco ones is that the units are much smaller, put out more power, are more lighter. I almost said more lighter. Are much lighter, and they have some nice features that you don't see on those larger, clunkier ones, like a light and charging bank and stuff like that. So I would give the edge to quality, the edge and quality to Noco. The pricing's about the same. So it seems like you're not getting as much for your money if you're spending less and getting a smaller unit, but the savings in weight and size is significant. You don't need as much space to store it. If you store it in your toolbox storage space costs a lot of money. So if you can buy smaller items that don't take as much space, it'll cost you less to store. It's easier to stash in your car or your truck if you carry it with you. And that's the GB70 model. It's a good middle-of-the-road model. They have smaller ones that are good for motorcycles, ATVs, and boats, and smaller automotive applications. And they have much larger ones that are suitable for multi-battery trucks and large vehicles. They even have one that's ready to do agricultural equipment. I have said many times, and I will continue to say many times, that taking care of your body is critical to your long-term happiness, because pain or any deficiency in your senses is going to bother you later on down the line, and it's nicer to stay healthier for longer. That means that when you work at a job like being a technician or a mechanic, and it's putting wear and tear on your body, how you work is important. The ergonomics you use, the kinds of tools you purchase, not just to do the job with, but to also help you do the job. So ancillary tools like a good seat, a creeper, hearing protection, eye protection, respiratory protection, hand protection. These are all very important to your wellness and well-being. So I had a customer come on the truck last week, and he asked me to get him over-the-ear earmuffs. He does not like earplugs, like the foam ones, and he's not allowed to wear earbuds in the shop. So he wanted a good, inexpensive set of over-the-ear hearing protection. These are from SAS Safety, who makes a lot of really good safety products. And these guys knock out, I think, 28 decibels. And I didn't ask him why he wanted them, but he told me why he wanted them, and I'm glad he did. Because I'll tell you what he told me, and then I'll tell you an interesting story about him. He told me that he gets ringing in his ears, and he went to see an ear doctor who gave him some drops for his ears. He said it helped, but the doctor said, man, you got to take better care of your hearing. So he decided now was the time, at his tender age of 50-something years old, to start wearing hearing protection. Okay? This is the same guy who I walked in the shop one day, I want to say about a year ago. And as I'm approaching the shop, I hear this metallic bang, 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 bang. And I walk in, and he's hunched over a wheel assembly, and he's trying to remove lug studs by hitting it with a metal sledgehammer. And he is sitting directly over this piece, slamming away, metal on metal. No hearing protection, no eye protection. And I said to him, do you have safety glasses or earplugs? He's like, no, man. And he's really kind of casual about it. I'm like, oh, please, just use something. I said, look, safety glasses are cheap. I'll give you a pair if you promise you'll use them. He's like, no. So I feel sometimes like, I'm just kind of, talking into the wind. Especially older guys that aren't going to, listen to advice sometimes, or younger guys that think they know better. But I can't say it enough. And maybe you won't hear it from me once and then change your mind about anything, but maybe this is one of a million times you have to hear something. Treat your body right. Please. Your eyes, your ears, your lungs, your hands, your knees, your back, all has to be working and functioning properly in order for you to be happy, live a long life, and do your best job during your working years. please, this is not just somebody, whatever. But I've walked into a shop when a kid, I don't even think he's 20 years old yet. He was using a bead blaster to inflate a truck tire, right? And if you've ever heard a bead blaster, you have to stand back 20 feet with your fingers in your ears, and it's still too loud. And he's standing right there, blam! No hearing protection, nothing. I'm like, will you please use something in your ears so that you don't lose your hearing in a few years? Like, whatever, I know I should, but I don't, right? I don't understand this. And I hate getting on a soapbox about this stuff, but it really matters. And hopefully, maybe this time that you hear it is the time that's going to change your mind and you say, all right, I'll wear hearing protection or eye protection or whatever. Please protect yourself. My rant is done. At least my customer's getting a good set of over-the-ear earmuffs, so hopefully he can limit the extent of any future damage to his ears, and you should too. I like Sunex for a lot of things. Their impact sockets are great. I didn't even say that in my best Tony the Tiger voice. These are the 12-point universal 3/8 drive metric set of sockets. I don't know if you can see it there you go. And when you look at buying sets of sockets, you can spend an awful lot of money on some, or you can spend not so much money on others. If you want to spend not so much money and still get a very good quality product, look at Sunex. I also suggest looking at Gearwrench Pneumatic. You can also look at Gearwrench for their impact sockets. All seem to be equally good quality, but the pricing on their stuff is rather good. And when you look at universal sockets, the price always goes up because anytime something articulates, up goes the cost. That's true for flex head ratchets and anything that articulates. But when you compare the cost of a set like this to the cost of a set on, say, the Snap-on or Matco truck, this set costs $270, and that's a much more palatable price than the $500+ cost that you're going to see on these other trucks. So consider Sunex. Their warranty is very good. They put a lifetime warranty on all their hardline tools, including these. And if you don't have a dealer that can handle warranty for you, they have a program called the Sun Express program, where you take a picture of your broken tool, upload it on their website, and they'll send you a new one. So they make it very easy for the consumer to take care of stuff themselves if they don't have the convenience of a dealer. You may have seen these under lots of different brands, but this is the one from the manufacturer. This is Lisle, and they make this terminal toolkit that has a whole bunch of different tools on each adapter there. And it takes a little getting used to, so don't poke your hands, but they have this little plastic piece that you can use to protect yourself with. And you can buy sets of terminal tools that come in all individual pieces, but the cost is way more. Or you can look at a set like this from Lisle that is branded for, I think, every other brand under the sun. You can look at the Snap-on ones, the Matco ones, the Mac ones. They are all this same brand. And this is a lot less money. It costs $90 for all three pieces, and they put a lifetime warranty on them. If you bend the tines on one of the tools, I can get you new ones easily enough. You've seen these in some of my other tool haul videos. The Milwaukee dead blow hammers are new to the market, and they were on back order for a while, but now they're coming in on the regular. They have this couple of sizes of soft-faced dead blow mallets like this one. This is a 48-ounce one. They have one that I think is 32 or 24, I think. They also have some of the hard-faced ball peen hammers, and they have some other versions of the non-dead blow ball peens as well. So these are dead blow. They have dead blow ball peens, which is a composite body with the metal heads, and they have all metal constructed ball peen hammers. This grip is fantastic. Guys who have bought this rave about how sure this grip is. It's non-slip, and the best feature is a square head. You can put this thing straight down, and it won't fall over. Little details like that matter a lot. It shows you the quality of the design work and the engineering that Milwaukee does. And it's not just with these tools, but with lots of their tools. They have little features built in that make your life more convenient. That's worth something. So consider looking at Milwaukee for things like this, and wrenches Their ratchets and sockets are pretty solid. They even have they hit the impact world pretty hard with impact grade sockets and stuff too. So although I haven't sold any of those, I have sold some of their chrome socket and ratchet sets, and the pricing is rather good. They even have bundle deals where they'll put sockets and ratchets in their pack out modules. So I'm getting one for a customer, for example, costs $400 for like 100 plus pieces. So for an average cost of $4 per piece in the set, he's going to get a pack out module that's got standard metric deep and shallow sockets and some ratchets and some other stuff. So it's a ridiculously low per piece price. He's got to pay over $400 for it, but he's happy to do it because he loves the value of the tools and he's going to use it all the time. Oh, in addition, the handles of the Milwaukee hammers also have a hole for hanging loop where you can put that on a peg or something like that. So they put a lot of thought and effort into making these truly pro grade, and the pricing is very good on them. They're about half the price of what you'd find in the Maco or Snap-on trucks. They compete very nicely with the Mac anti-vibe hammers, which I think are excellent quality hammers. But I also sell the Wilton Bash brand of hammer. So between the Milwaukee ones and Wilton ones, I've got you covered on plenty of hammers with lifetime warranties at a fairly low cost. All right, look behind me here and you can see the Milwaukee M18 pole saw. This thing is just an awesome unit. 10 feet long when you put the extension piece that it comes with in there, and you can swap out the head for a trimmer attachment if you want. And it's just an awesome tool. I bought one myself a few months ago. I made a video showing me use it to cut up a bunch of fallen oak trees on my property. I'm a huge fan. It's rated to cut up to 150 3-inch diameter pieces of oak. I can tell you that it is very efficient in its battery use. I use them with 8 amp hour batteries and can get through a couple hours of cutting on about half a charge. Basically, I wear out before the batteries do. So I can tell you firsthand, I'm a big proponent of these, and I can recommend them to you. It's a big box, so I can't show the whole thing, but here, take a look at me standing with it here as I gracefully model it for you, like a Price is Right model. I don't know if they still does. Price is Right still a thing? I don't even know. When I was a kid, it was huge. Anyway, look at this pole saw and also their full-size M18 chainsaw. They have an M18 8-inch hatchet chainsaw for pruning, and they even have a smaller M12 6-inch hatchet pruning saw. All are fantastic quality, great values. You get a lot of runtime out of the batteries, so they're very efficient, easy to clean up and maintain. So I'm a huge fan of their power saw line right now. If you're getting into diagnosing electrical issues, there is no tool more indispensable than the Power Probe 3. There are different versions of this same unit. There's a Power Probe 3EZ. There's a Power Probe 4 that does what this one does, plus more. But this is a terrific starting kit that'll last you a long time as far as functionality goes. You don't have to upgrade to a Power Probe 4 because it does stuff that you may never need. But this unit here only does 4 things. It checks voltage and displays it on the LCD screen. It checks for bad ground, checks for short circuits, and it injects power so you can test components. So it greatly reduces the time it takes you to troubleshoot and pinpoint an electrical problem. If you don't know how to use one, or if you feel intimidated by it, and I get it because electrical stuff is confusing, most people don't like working on it, but if you're someone who learns how to do it well, you will be indispensable in this field, and you can command more money and work your way up through the industry better. It comes with a DVD. So if you have a DVD drive in your computer, you can see some tutorials on it, but you can also hit YouTube and just start searching around for people who will give you tutorials on this. Lots of good channels out there with excellent information on how to use this for each of these individual functions that I told you about. Right now, I've got them on sale for $164.99, but you can get them for less if you go online or find them somewhere else. But just terrific tools, and you can expand it by using different probes with it. You can get piercing probes. You can get extensions to run this up to 40 feet away from its battery source. and you can get an adapter kit. You can get a step-down voltage adapter that'll put out 5 volts of power so you don't fry any sensitive computer subsystems. So there's a whole world of power probe out there. Exploring it might be worth your while. And they sell this one. They also sell kits that have all those other accessories that I talked about. But if you need to start somewhere, start with the bare Power Probe 3 unit, and it will get you a long way in troubleshooting electrical issues. CTA is a brand that has a lot of good specialty tools. They also make some really good run-of-the-mill stuff too, and they have this set of 4 swivel oil filter wrenches that come in this great holder base. It's a nice substantial base, so it'll hold these things upright while you wheel your cart around. Choose the size that you want, and it makes it much easier to get the size filter wrench that you're looking for. They also have 4 larger sizes, and they have a 6-piece set. I got these on the truck right now for $90 for the set. And if the pricing seems high to you and you're not familiar with how tool truck prices work, tool trucks are the most expensive buying option that you have if you're purchasing tools, and we cater toward the professional market. So these guys are used to how we deal and how we work business. We extend credit, on almost every purchase. So there's a lot of things that go into factoring in why a tool truck price is the way it is. But, for the average cost of just over $20 per wrench, plus you get the base in it, it's a good deal. And I just started putting this particular configuration on the truck not too long ago, and I've already been selling them out. So this is just a restock of my current inventory. The quintessential ratcheting combination wrench is from Gearwrench. Gearwrench bought a company called KD Tool that invented this thing back in the early in the mid-90s, I think. So they have a ratcheting box end and a regular open end on the combination wrench, and they have since used that same technology on lots of things. So they make excellent ratchets, and they make bit drivers and some other ratcheting tools that all use a similar mechanism to these. When you say that you need a gear wrench, this is usually what you're referring to. It has become kind of a name synonymous with this style wrench. And it's nice to see that the name has become forever tied to this style wrench. They have the 16-piece metric set that runs 8 to 19 millimeters, and just below it is the 14-piece standard set that runs 1/4 through 1 inch. Both of these sets come with a plastic wrench holder in the box and all the individual wrenches. Lifetime warranty on them, and right now they're on the truck for I think $230 something for the standard set, about $260 for the metric set. It's common for people to buy both sets, and it's nice that they put a lifetime warranty on them. Easier for me to swap them out if they get broken. And that's their new 90-tooth design. For years and years, they had a 72-tooth design, which was great, and everybody bought it. But now they just increased their tooth count for a much smoother wrench that now grabs faster too, because you don't need as much room with a smaller swing arc because of the higher tooth count. Also, in the 90-tooth line of Gearwrench's ratcheting tools is their 90-tooth ratchet set. This one has a stubby 3/8, a long-handled 3/8, long-handled quarter drive, and a long-handled half drive. These are all flex head non-locking, and they have these and their 120 XP mechanisms. I tend to just get whatever is most available, and right now the 90-tooth ones are, and they're running less money than the 120 XP, so you can save yourself a few bucks, get yourself a 4-piece set of non-locking flex head ratchets. They all have lifetime warranties on them. This is a very popular set. I sell those regularly because they're great go-tos. Some people don't necessarily like flex head or non-locking, but some guys don't like the locking either, so it's highly preferential, and no matter what you want for a ratchet, Gearwrench has something for you. And if the Gearwrench line, for some reason, doesn't have a configuration you're looking for, I sell Easy Red and SK and other ratchet brands as well. So no matter what, there's something there for you. And I sell mostly Gearwrench stuff when it comes to the ratcheting, hardline tools, and Easy Red's a close second. You can still buy those old serpentine belt tool kits from Lisle that have the long handle and the adapters, or you can upgrade to the snazzy one from Gearwrench that has a ratcheting wrench with all the adapters and crow's feet. This guy is a great set for the money. I think it's costing less than $135 now. And everything in here has a lifetime warranty. Terrific set. And the ease that this gives you in working on serpentine belts is worth the extra money over the older style I mentioned, because the older style ones aren't that much less expensive. So for a small incremental price, give yourself an upgrade and make your life a little bit easier. And that's what spending money on tools is all about. Make your life more convenient. You can work faster because you're more efficient. And when you do this stuff for a living, it matters how many cars and trucks you can get through in the course of a day, because you're earning money on commission or your flag rate. So work on more stuff during the course of the day by buying tools that make your life more convenient. The tools get paid for fairly quickly. And next thing you know, you're making more money and you're working faster and better. So I hope that you found this valuable. I have a bunch of other videos coming down the line. I'm going to try a couple of different new formats for things. I have a couple of vlog subjects that have been coming up lately that I think will be really good to talk about. One of them is, why do people spend so much money on tools? And it'll be a good video for you to bring your significant other in on and sit him or her down and say, here, honey, watch this. And now you'll know why I spend so much money on tools and why it's necessary to spend money on tools. And another vlog I'm going to be doing is going to talk about what professional grade really means, not just the quality of the tool. It touches on a lot of different factors of your professional life. Some you may not have considered, but you do derive a benefit from, and will give you plenty to think about the next time you're on a tool truck. So do me a favor and click down here now to subscribe so that you don't miss any of it. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, use a tool. Don't be one.